Hey, how is everybody? This is actually not a live video, but I wanted to show you guys how to transfer the design that the Lord downloaded into your spirit into a pattern that you could print and have to make other flags that you could trace into your silk. So what I actually do is I take the time to sketch my design. As you can see, this is Living Waters. This is not the original. It is slightly different because the original Living Waters was painted freehand into the silk, and I never created a pattern for it. So here is the pattern. The patterns are usually very simple because all you have to do is actually trace it. I'm using Adobe Draw for this purpose, which it makes it very easy. Once you finish your design, you could actually save it, and right here's the image. Save it right there. I'm not going to save it because I have already saved it, and I don't want to take any space in my extra space in my iPad or my device. So I save it, and once I save it, I go to a program like Excel, or in the Apple platform it would be Numbers. I just go ahead and open up a new spreadsheet. I name it the name of the design, which in this case is Living Waters. And then I'm going to put the year because this one is different from the original that was done in 2014. So I want to make sure that I say, okay, Margie, this is the latest one. So once I have that, I am going to select a plus, and over here I am going to insert an image. I don't know how the Windows platform works on your iPad, but I have it installed, but I've never used it for this purpose. So you select an image, and it's right here, photo or video. It's in my favorites. Here's the original, but we're gonna do the new one. And once you insert it into your spreadsheet, you are going to expand this over at least 2 pages. So how do we do this? We take this, I usually drag it. If you're doing it on an iPad, it's easier for you to drag it to the corner and then make it big. But if you're doing it on a computer, it's easier to do it with the mouse. It's just that with the mouse. With the iPad, you're working with your fingers, you have limited space, so you want to make sure that you have access to the screen that you are expanding it to. And in this case, I'm going to do this 4 times. I have already enlarged this sketch 4 times. You can see the border here, probably a little more. Why am I doing this? When you're printing this, the application allows you to enlarge the photo, to enlarge the what you're printing up to 175% in the iPad. So if I leave it the way that it is, it's not going to enlarge it that big. And I want to make sure that the pattern covers the whole flag. And in this case is a willow, which happens to be very, very, very large. And it's 45 inches wide by, I think it's 80 inches. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and you expand this as much as you can so that you cover it. Now in the case of the willow, because it's so long, we are going to print it to fit an extra large flag, and then I'm going to hand draw freehand the rest of the wave that goes into the heart. And you will see as we go in this process throughout the week. So now I have this here. You're going to make sure that your design covers most of that it covers all of the spreadsheet, so you don't see the page, you just see the design, then you're gonna go over here and you're gonna print it, and you're gonna see exactly what I mean by that. Print. Okay, so this is how much I expanded it. I was able to enlarge my drawing into 2 pages. I could probably go a little further than that, but just for time restrictions, you guys already know that you could go back and make it bigger. Now here's the trick. In the iPad, in the Numbers app, down at the bottom, see, you know, if you could see my the scroll right here moving, you could actually extend this up to 175. See that? That would be the largest that you could print. Now, what does that mean? That means that the largest in this case, if you look at the page numbers, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each page, the letter size page that we print on, it's 8.5 by 11. That means that going down, if we have 6 pages, then by 11, that's 66 inches wide. Now the flag itself is 45 inches flag, so we want to make sure that we keep this design to fit 45 inches. So that means that by 11, if we do 4 pages, it would be 44 inches, which it would be perfect. But we have to take into consideration the margins on the page. If you look closely on this here, you'll be able to see the margins, the white margins on the page, and that's going to deduct from the actual design. So we want to go ahead and have this probably at 5.5. So we're going to reduce this design probably at 5.5 and make sure that everything is covered. Now you want to know the length that is going to cover. In this case, it's 8.5 inches across the paper. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a little bit, probably 8.25. So that you know that when you do that, ta-da, so you have 8.5 inches by 8.25. That's 70 inches that you have across. Now you could do it that way, but you got to remember, you got to deduct the margins. So you probably have like a good 60 something, because maybe there's like 1, 2, 3, at least you have to probably deduct like 8 inches or something like that. Now you're able to make the margins smaller so that you don't waste so much paper, but I like to keep some margin so this way I could overlap my papers when I tape them, because once we print this pattern, we're gonna lay it out on a table and we're gonna tape it together, so this way we could place it under the silk and be able to trace it. And this will be a great idea for you guys to keep your designs. Anything that you need to redo over again, you would have it. I hope this bless you right here. I wish I could make it smaller, but it's kind of hard. But you can see all the pages here. And what you do is you print. I usually print this in black and white. Even though I drew it in blue, I turn it into black and white, so this way I don't use up my color ink. And I do single-sided, and then you click print. Now I'm gonna be working, I'm gonna leave you guys for a little bit. I'm gonna be working on this, and I'm gonna be printing it. We have a lot of, let's see how many pages we got. We got a lot of pages. Let's see. I think it's like 40 something or even more. 45 pages to print. So it's gonna take a little while, but just put it to print, and then we'll come back. Once it's printed, go do something else, and then once you come back, we'll be here teaching you how to put it together. I love you guys. God bless you, and I hope you could join me. I hope to see you, and I'm looking forward. If you have any questions, just let me know below this video. Take care. Bye-bye.